What's good, my people? Welcome into Buckets, Action Network's daily NBA betting podcast. We're in the workshop Tuesday, NBA Cup slate, and I got my guy with me. Jay Money is Money. You know the man. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, NBA Talk with Jay. He's on there breaking things down daily. I am your host, Sean Little. NBA Cup is back. Quarterfinals. Before the semis. Before Vegas. I'm going to try to get Jay to go out to Vegas with me. We're gonna try to get Jay to, I'm gonna try to get Jay to get on the little jet, come down to T-Mobile and watch some hoops. We'll talk about that a little later offline. You know the deal. I'm recording this live. Tommy John home studio. Go pick up some Tommy John stuff, man. I don't vouch for things that I don't truly appreciate. I got the draws on right now. Flexible, comfortable. I sleep in the pajamas. They're the real deal. Breathable. Go grab some Tommy John stuff. We'll get to that a little bit later in the show as well. You know how we do. We get the play, we get the cap, we get you guys out of here. It should be an absolutely fun NBA Cup Tuesday, 2 quarterfinal matches. We got plays on both games. Jay Money is Money. Give me your best bet for the Tuesday NBA Cup slate.
I'm going to go with Mavs-Thunder under 230.
Give me the Milwaukee Bucks, -7, -108 in the market as we record this on Monday night. All right, Jay Money, you got the good one. I can't wait to watch this game. Mavs, Thunder. I wish they were all fully healthy, both squads across the board, but it's still going to be a really good matchup. Talk to me about why you're looking at the total here, because if you don't know, Jay Money is not a total. God damn near fell out my seat when he told me he was going for a total. Talk to me why you're looking at the under here.
Yeah, I think, well, first off, the Thunder have been playing some really great defense. So I think that's what's really put these guys at the top of the Western Conference. Obviously, they're a young team, building more experience every single year. We know they got Jalen Williams. They got Hardenstein over there as well. Ever since he's been in the lineup, the defense has been even better than it was. I mean, these guys didn't even have a center, and they were still holding teams under 110. Now with Hardenstein out there, he's out there protecting the paint, getting offensive rebounds. He's on the boards. Crashing the boards hard. So as long as you got SGA, you're going to have a chance to win for the Thunder. But two really even type of teams, right? Like I wanted to take the Thunder here, but I know that the Mavs match up really well with them. I know that they have a ton of offensive weapons, but I think both teams have been playing really great defense. You look at the Thunder, both of these teams are top 10 in the defense this year. I believe the Thunder are 5th rate defensive rate, and the Mavs are 8th ranked. So as long as they have Lively in the game, the Mavs will have some paint protection as well for the Thunder. So really great defenders on both ends of the floor. You even see guys like Luka. I believe he had 4 steals in his last game. So when you have Luka out there getting 4 steals, that lets you know that the Mavs are taking the defensive approach serious. And just in general, I feel like these games will be a little bit more of a playoff feel, right? That's why they wanted this whole in-season tournament to give some of the middle season, the meat of the season, some actual meaning. So this is kind of like the playoffs in the middle of the season. That's why I like it so much. I think that it'll be a playoff atmosphere over there in Oklahoma City. I'd be surprised if this game got past 225, in my opinion. So I don't play a lot of totals, but I didn't have any spreads, so I had to come up with some. So I do like the under in this spot. Guess what, Sean? You can't spell thunder without the under. But no, for real though. And this team's been playing some lights out defense, man. They've been playing some lights out defense. And like I said, I think that the Mavs, they'll come in here and play some defense as well versus the Thunder. So I don't see this game getting past 225. I will rock with the under 230 in this particular game.
Isaiah Hardenstein has played 8 games for the Oklahoma City Thunder since he's coming off that injury. They are 7-1, number 2 in defensive rating in the NBA at 104.2. They have been locked in on that end. That's exactly why you go and get him. Clean up the glass, play D, let SGA score 30 like he does every single night. You can't spell thunder without the under. I like that. Yo, put that on a t-shirt. That boy strap up. Yo, that's amazing. You can't spell thunder without the under. Also, when we're talking about this matchup, I'm shocked you didn't bring up any of the revenge stuff. Jay Money is Money. Dallas went down there to Oklahoma. This is the second time playing Oklahoma City. Dallas got the win last time they went over there. Now they're coming back to Oklahoma City to play again. We know what happened in the playoffs last year. It really feels like Dallas has these guys numbered.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get the extra intensity, as you mentioned, added on with the NBA Cup. Now it's almost like the attitude in the locker room, especially from SGA, has got to be, man, we gonna let these boys come in here twice
Yeah.
and beat us after they knocked us out of the playoffs. I agree. It should be a slower paced game, defense first. That number is high. So let's see what shakes there. I'm looking forward to that matchup. I think that could potentially be a Western Conference Finals matchup, depending on where the seedings shake out. I'm very high on both teams. Was high on both teams coming in. And then when you talk about the Dallas Mavericks, they haven't been losing too many games either.
No.
11-1 in
playing
their last
defense.
12. Exactly. 11-1 in their last 12. 8 of those games on the road. And the only loss was in overtime to the Heat. Coin flip game. I also lean the points here in this matchup. I would have to take the 4.5. I saw a 5 flash on the board as well. And it always makes me feel better too when I'm talking to other handicappers and guys that are looking at the board, J Money included, that if he's leading the under and I was already looking at the points, if you're telling me that the total is projected too high in our opinion, and then you're gonna give me a full possession and a half with the team that seems to have a squad's number, I'm gonna have to take those. So I lean the 4.5 points, not an official, but if I had to go any direction, that's where I would go. All right, J Money. I mean, maybe I'm off base here. I got to go to Milwaukee, and I got to lay the points. Milwaukee, -7, -108 is the best number I saw on the board. Jay, how are these boys going to score? How are they going to keep up? It's a simple cap. I just don't see it. The total is the total as we record this on Monday night is 214. It was bouncing between 213 and a half, 214. If you have been watching the Orlando Magic at all, and I hope you have because they have been fun. I've been watching them closely. I'm a big fan, and as the days go on, I'm a bigger fan of Franz Wagner. There's not many guys in the league right now today that they have to make something happen offensively almost every single possession. You can look across the league. Jason Tatum is not asked every possession to handle the rock and create. You can pick any team you want. There are not very many guys that are asked every single time down to create and do something. That's what the Orlando Magic were asking of Franz Wagner, and he was making it happen night in, night out. 30, 8, 7, 30, 11, 9. He was doing everything. Now he's out of the fold. Yes, I know Orlando went to Phoenix and played well. They are not going to be able to keep up with the Milwaukee Bucks away from the house. You are asking too much of Jalen Suggs, C. Anthony, and the rest of those guys to score, especially with offensively how well Dame Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks have been playing as of late. I doubted them going to Boston. They looked really good. I think Boston was toying with those boys a little bit. I didn't think it was as close as it seemed. But still, regardless, Milwaukee has been playing a lot better. And now you're asking a defensive first team in the Orlando Magic to slow up two superstars in Giannis and Dame, Middleton in the fold. I got to make sure everything is locked in on the injury report. Always keep an eye on that. Giannis probable, Middleton probable. So you got to stop 3 guys that can score. And then you're going to essentially ask Jalen Suggs to take 20 shots, 22 shots? No, thank you. I don't like this spot for the Orlando Magic at all. Give me the Milwaukee Bucks. I'll lay the 7. I think this is a double-digit win. And for a team that hasn't been playing very well a vast majority of the year, they are undefeated in the NBA Cup. They have taken the NBA Cup extremely seriously. That's right on brand for Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I think this is a really good spot for those guys to get a quarterfinal win, get to Vegas, which it seems like they want to do, and just flat out, that's how they want to play. Like, you guys can't score with us? Cool, no problem. Also, I was in the building and had a good amount of money on the Knicks the other night when the Orlando Magic were in the building. If you can get out to any type of lead, now with Franz off the floor, I saw with Franz on the floor, they start to press possession by possession because they don't know what to do and who to go to on offense. So now you're going to take Franz off the floor, and they got to compensate for that and then deal with all those other guys on the defensive end. And when Dame has it going like he's had it going, not many guys can slow him up anyway. I just think flat out they do not have enough horses over on that end.
Yeah, it's a simple math game. If the Bucks make more threes than the Magic, this should be an easy double-digit win right here, like you said. So they're already without Banchero. Now you're without two of your most important offensive players. Like, even with Banchero and Wagner, their offense still wasn't one of the best in the league, right? They do it with defense. They turn you over. They get out in transition, get some easy buckets. But they were doing it without Banchero because Franz Wagner was running the show. But without him, both of your best, basically, ball handlers, you don't really have a true point guard over there. Suggs can get things done when they have everyone in there, but relying on him, I mean, I can't say like that's the way, that's the pathway to do well versus the Bucks is if you have a great scoring guard. But like you said, other than Suggs, I mean, who else is going to give you a ton of production? So they can do it with the defense. I expect them to try to muck this game up. Would expect the Magic to probably go under their team total, and also the full game total could also stay under as well. But I just feel like Zach, what you said, the Bucks just have way too much offense for them, and they're peaking at the right time right now as well. They got Middleton back. Gary Trent Jr. starting to play well. Torian Prince, I believe, is leading the league in 3-point percentage. So Brook Lopez is hitting threes. You got young guys coming off the bench as well, man. You got Green coming off the bench. You have Andre Jackson coming off the bench. Like, these guys are actually starting to find it, starting to figure, like, even the young guys, they're starting to figure out how to play with Dame and Giannis, play off the ball. Doc Rivers is coaching these guys up well. So I like what I'm seeing from the Bucks. They could have won that game in Boston as well, Sean. I watched that whole game. They literally could have. I don't think it was that the Celtics were toying with them. I think the Bucks, like, remember early in the season, Bucks got up by 20-something. That was without Middleton. Got up by 20 points versus Celtics in the first half. They didn't have all their confidence and ended up losing that lead. But I'm one to believe that the Bucks can compete with the top three teams in the Eastern Conference and are a top three team in the Eastern Conference. And I believe they show it here. And also, like you said, they've been playing really well in the Cup. But Magic, they've been playing some good ball. But it's definitely going to run out here on the road. If they're at the house, it'd be a little bit different. But on the road, they already don't play as well. Now you're without your two best offensive guys by far. I don't expect them to be able to keep up with the scoring here from the Milwaukee Bucks.
We mentioned off the top of the show that we're coming to you live from our Tommy John home studios. It's the holiday season. It's that time of the year where you might be stressing about what to get your dad or maybe a sibling who's tough to shop for. Whoever it might be on your list, why not give them the gift of comfort with Tommy John? Your loved ones deserve the perfect gift, the perfect fit, and the perfect comfort. As I always mention, I got a bunch of Tommy John. They hooked me up and sent me some. I didn't pay, but I would go pay. Go get some Tommy John. I will be purchasing more when I run through my stuff. It is legitimate. Shop TommyJohn.com/buckets right now for the holidays and get 30% off site-wide. I'm going to go buy my guys and put a couple boxers in the stocking stuffer for my family as well. Shop TommyJohn.com/buckets and get 30% off site-wide. That's 30% off at TommyJohn.com/buckets. Yeah, J Money, we're aligned. That's exactly how I see the game going as well. One thing that is interesting is the Magic averaged, we're talking about pace, the Magic averaged 100.6 possessions per game. In that one game sample size that they played in Phoenix, they did up it a little bit to 103.4. That would qualify as top 12 in the NBA right now. Total was 214. That game finished 225. So if they're going to try to pace up, if that's their answer for Franz and trying to find some more offense, I like that. That plays into Milwaukee's hand for me. They turn the ball over. That's one thing they do. There's a couple teams in the league that will turn it over. The Toronto Raptors turn it over a ton. The Orlando Magic will turn it over because, as Jay mentioned, there's no ball handler. There's no real guy that they could go to. especially with Franz Wagner now off the floor. I just think flat out with how seriously the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis are taking this NBA Cup, with how Dame is playing, with in totality how they've been winning games, I think this is a good spot for the Milwaukee Bucks to just flat out wear these boys out offensively. Double-digit win. Milwaukee, Giannis, and those boys get to Vegas for the semifinal, and they lock that in. Jay, any final thoughts before I get to the recap?
No, that's it for me. Let's try to go 2-0 one time for the one time.
No doubt. J money is money. Thunder, Mavs, under 230 minus 110. Get the best number in the market, as we always say. Bucks, for me, -7, minus 108. For J money is money. NBA Talk with Jay. Go download the Action Network app. Go subscribe to the Action Network YouTube page. J Money got the ice out right now. You don't get that when you're listening on the audio. That's simple as that. For J Money is money, I am your host, Sean Little. Until next time, let's get buckets, baby.